The next group that we are going to discuss is chordata. All chordates possess the following features. They are all bilaterally symmetrical. They have a notochord. They have a dorsal nerve cord. They are triploblastic. They have paired gill pouches and they are all coelomates. Vertebrates are grouped into the following classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. Pisces include all kinds of fishes. They are cold-blooded animals and are aquatic. The body is streamlined and there is a muscular tail which helps for movement. They breathe with the help of gills and take in oxygen that is dissolved in water. They have a two-chambered heart. Fishes lay eggs. In some fishes, the skeleton is made entirely of cartilage, such as in sharks, and some with skeleton made of bone, such as in seahorse and flying fish. Amphibians include salamanders, frogs, and toads. They are cold-blooded animals. They have mucus glands in the skin and a three-chambered heart. Respiration is either through gills or lungs. They lay eggs. They are found in both water and on land. Reptilia include organisms like lizard, chameleon, flying lizard, snake, crocodile, and turtle. These animals are cold-blooded. They have scales and breathe through lungs. Most of them have three-chambered heart, except crocodiles, which have four-chambered heart. They lay eggs with tough coverings and do not need to lay their eggs in water. All birds, including sparrow, penguin, eagle, etc., belong to the group Aves. These are warm-blooded animals and have a four-chambered heart. They lay eggs. There is an outside covering of feathers and two forelimbs that are modified for flight. They breathe through lungs. Mammalia includes bear, camel, bat, dolphin, kangaroo, human, etc. All mammals are warm-blooded animals with four-chambered heart. They have mammary glands for the production of milk. Their skin has hair as well as sweat and oil glands. Though most mammals produce live young ones, some like platypus and echidna lay eggs. And kangaroo give birth to very poorly developed young ones. The system of scientific naming or nomenclature was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus in the 18th century. Certain conventions are followed while writing the scientific names. The name of the genus begins with a capital letter. The name of the species begins with a small letter. When printed, the scientific name is given in italics. When written by hand, the genus name and species name have to be underlined separately.